Listen, I understand that there are a lot of men out there that are shut down, scared, and they're not doing the whole romance thing. And I can
Mhm,
understand why for multiple reasons. Okay.
mhm, mhm.
And at the heart of it, men just want to win your love, and they will go at great lengths in which to do so. That is their goal, to be happy with you, to make you happy, right? And so if they could do a thing, a romantic gesture to light you up, they will. But they need to know that it's going to actually light you up.
The realm of expertise is emotions, feelings, all that stuff, non-facts based, all fictional, right? Story tales and what they concoct in their mind. You know what I'm saying? For us men, it's like, nah, what you got on that 40 in real life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's just not enough.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You understand?
Yo, 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 what's up, family? Hope everybody having a blessed day. I know I am. I woke up this morning, man. Had a good 4th of July. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July, man. Ate good food, kicked it with your family. You know what I'm saying? But today we got Ask the Brother podcast with Jeff St. James. He's pretty cool dude. I thought that I covered this already, but I think I didn't actually get around to it. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into it.
Ask a Brother podcast. I'm your host, Jeff St. James, and we're going to have a whole host of different people from different backgrounds coming in because it really is about building a community of like-minded people that's just open to listening and hearing from other perspectives. The revolution is going to be because of us. Wow. So then connected to that, weaponizing emotional safety. What then does that look like? Because it's one thing to say I'm shaping reality through my emotions, but it's an entirely different thing to weaponize quote unquote emotional safety. So what does that look like, and how should people respond when they notice that kind of present in their relationships?
Yeah, this is so common. What it really means is that when women women place such a high priority on emotional safety, right? Understandably, good
Mm-hmm.
reason, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying emotional safety is not paramount. It is.
Mm-hmm.
The problem becomes when she starts expanding her view of emotional safety such that it becomes emotional preference, right? You need to actually make me feel good at all times. I'm telling myself that's emotional safety, right? So her bar, right, is very, very high. If he doesn't meet that bar of the emotional safety, she then weaponizes it, meaning she picks up her sword,
Mm-hmm.
she takes up her shield, is distant, is cold, withholding, not warm, not kind, not loving, because he isn't bringing her or giving her the emotional satisfaction and happiness that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very unhealthy. And
Yes.
I find that women do not have the internal capacity to sit with discomfort long enough so that they can actually come out the other side without making it his fault. As soon as she starts to feel uncomfortable, it's his problem and his fault. And men are like, okay, right? Maybe I did do something. Like their first thought is like, what did I do? Because they don't want to lose that connection. I actually believe men are more relationally oriented than women.
Hold
Really.
on, because I'm gonna just throw it out there. Who's more romantic in 2020?
Yo, I did not expect her to drop that bomb, bro. Bro, if I say something like this, bro, man, I'm gonna be looked at as a bad guy, bro. Like I was just thinking about right last night, man. I was out with the twins, man, and we was having a good, very good conversation, man. I love that amongst us men, bro. We having dope conversations. They're real religious into, you know, Jesus Christ and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Man, shout out to them, man. You know what I'm saying? We hold each other accountable, and I love that type of brotherhood for us, man. But l- I could attribute this to a conversation we had last night. I'm stuttering and stuff, but yeah, bro, we was talking about how, I was speaking in majority, like generalities, right? Like, so they said, for instance, women are more emotional, and I agree with that. Then I said, we was talking about relationship stuff like that, and they was, we were saying about like the same thing, but in different words, and they took some of my words to a different way. Well, at least one of them, right? And I had to break it down to him. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm neutral, because he like, oh, I see how you see women, because I said that, women will, they have a special connection with the man below, right? But I ain't gonna go there. I'll just stop right here, right? Because women, it doesn't mean women are bad, right? And not all women are the same. I will truly say that, even though I know majority of what you see online is like what get pushed and what gets clicks and views and what makes money is negativity, right? That's what triggers us in our mind to watch this stuff. But anyway, right? Not to make a long story short, I said something along the lines of yeah, they'll try to pull you from your purpose and distract you in certain endeavors and stop you from like going out with your friends. And he said, I see how you see women. I'm thinking in my mind, the first thing comes to mind when somebody says something like that is they believe you have disdain for them. And I'm just like, no, because I'm thinking like, hey, if you're gonna say that, you gotta apply it to both men and women. I guess how I see people. But I said no, because I told him, I said I'm neutral with everything, because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I say my eyes are just open for certain things, and if it doesn't align with me, then this person may not be for me, whether it's homies or a woman I'm dating, right? And then that's when we agreed and we're all on one accord. But prior to me explaining that, he thought that was coming from like a malicious, place. And I'm like, nah, it's not that. Like, I know how, some of these women could be, but just because I said, women in general, I'm thinking all women are this or all women are that. And I'm just like, nah, it's not like that. I'm very neutral until you show me otherwise, right? So, but that was just pretty much the maybe it's not related to what they're talking about, but I just want to bring that up, man, 'cause I thought that was really funny. The fact that we on talking about women and their emotions and stuff like that and how they process things. I just want to put that out there. But let me go ahead and get back to the video, man. No more talking.
26, men or women?
Definitely men. I mean,
Oh,
definitely.
fellas, did you hear that? Fellas, did you hear? Say, tell us more.
Listen, I understand that there are a lot of men out there that are shut down, scared, and they're not doing the whole romance thing. And I can understand why for multiple reasons. Okay. And at the heart of it, men just want to win your love, and they will go at great lengths in which to do so. That is their goal, to be happy with you, to make you happy. Right. And so if they could do a romantic gesture to light you up, they will. But they need to know that it's going to actually light you up, right?
Yeah.
I saw a reel the other day, and the woman was complaining about the Memorial Day flowers that her husband got her, and they were just like ugly or whatever. And I think it was Emily King, and she was like, "Girl, like this isn't the way to do it, right?" So then you create two issues. One, the guy's never going to do it again, or he's going to keep trying and trying and trying, and that's completely emasculating. That's a no-win situation right there.
Yes.
So receive. And that man's going to be like, yes, because that smile on her face when she lights up with pleasure at the thing I did, doing it again. Bingo.
Yeah. Rashad Walker, he writes, we are brought up to be romantic from our mothers, aunties, etc. Open the door, pick up the date, pay for the date, buy flowers. Women aren't inclined to do anything. Whoa. Yeah, it's, and again, you're true. You're right that there are men that's starting to reject the romantic ethic. And they said chivalry's dead, and the ladies probably helped kill it. There's a real thing. And again, it's true. I agree with you. I think men have been socialized to be more romantic. But I don't know that they're going to stay that way if the ladies don't start to adjust and even look at it through the lens of what would he appreciate? What would he like? It's just their long list of what their demands are at the very, very beginning of these dates. And I'm like, whoa, like this does not sound appealing at all. So then, because you've been looking so much into the balance of where women are getting it wrong, where men are getting it wrong. Why do men get distant in relationships? I know that there's various reasons. What's some of the reasons that you've come across for why men have grown distant?
For the same reason, they are not being received. They cannot win with her, right? As I think Alison Armstrong says, men need to know that their action, right? Men are very action oriented, right? They want to know that the thing they're doing is actually working and getting the desired result, which is her happiness. And
And you know what's so crazy, bro? She's not lying. We are action oriented. Like when I sit here and pay the bills and I'm buying you meals, taking you out, etc., setting up dates, calling you, wanting to see you, engaging in intimacy, all that stuff. Like I'm showing you instead of telling you. Like women want you to do all the above, right? Some of them, right? When your actions is some of them it doesn't rub them, right? It says, hey, low effort. You know, you need to do more. You need to juggle while doing front flips and back flips, you know, at the same time, right? So it's like, man, we will more so show it in our actions and what we do, but it's kind of like how women, right? They might throw signals at you to come holler at them, right? But it's very, what? Come on now. Why does this always pop up in the middle of the day? It's very subtle, right? It's very subtle, and you may or may not catch the hint. With women, sometimes it's very subtle to where it's like, yeah, you doing it, you doing that, but they like, hey, I want to hear you say, I want to hear you say what you're doing. I want to hear you say how much you love me. I want you to just show me, even though you would think, right, logically, which is not really their realm of expertise, right? Their realm of expertise is emotions, feelings, you know, all that stuff, non-facts based, all fictional, right? Story tales and what they concoct in their mind. You know what I'm saying? For us men, it's like, nah, what you got on that 40 in real life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's just not enough. And the thing is, men have forever, I always see it, bro, even with some of my homies, right? Go above and beyond and they start getting emasculated. They let small things slide by. All of a sudden, the woman's talking to them crazy and they don't want to fight back because they're like, nah, I want to keep the peace. They the ones taking like the feminine standpoint, like, nah, I'm just going to bow out gracefully, right? And I will say I've done this before in the past, bro. My early, you know what I'm saying? My early dating life. And it's like, man, I ain't feel like going back and forth. But like, you know, oh, shut up, da da da. But I know she was just playing though. So I didn't take it in that way. But afterwards, I know it's like I felt a little disdain for it because I should have spoke up and said something, and that disdain would have went away immediately because it's like I checked you, so I don't feel emasculated, so I'm not going to act emasculated. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. And already, the woman already was late for the day, being funny and flogging, like playing or playing the games. But I know she liked. I could tell she liked me, but she was playing games, and I'm just like, nah, like that really turned me off. So I'm like, I really shouldn't have even went to date. What should have happened was I should have canceled it. So it started from there. It started from the playing games, acting like she ain't see my text and stuff like that. And I sent the text, like I edited the text I sent, like, hey, we not really, we don't have mutual feelings, you know what I'm saying, etc., etc. It's all good. All of a sudden, she's texting me quick now, right? Because like you see my text, you were just ignoring it. You didn't text me back. Oh, I was busy. I was doing here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm like, man, don't worry about it, bro. Like, and now she blowing me up and I'm not responding. Now she like, oh, I can make it at this time, this time, this time. I'm just like, now ain't you want to reschedule? You try to change the time of the date. You see what I'm saying? And all that taught me, hey, don't renegotiate the plans. My first mind is if you can't make the original date, I get it. Sometimes things happen, don't be so hardcore and a ass about it. But if they make it a thing to where it's like they're always late or they're starting off kind of weird, like, man, just cancel the date. But if it makes sense, hey, you know what, this is the first time or that she's done this, okay, give her some grace. You know what I'm saying? Give her a little grace. Maybe something was going on. They be all over the place, right? People all over the place. Um, Reschedule it to a time that still works for you and her. But after that, hey, hold the line strong. If they can't make it, hey, we'll go out some other time, right? Because it starts to become a snowball effect, and that's not what you want. You don't want a snowball effect to where it's like you are doing all this work, jumping through all these hoops. You know what I'm saying? Keep the respect level high and the attraction high by, hey, this is the time frame that we set up. This is what we agreed on. We need to stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Be firm on that. Be flexible and be considerate, but still be firm. Don't be going back or redoing all this stuff, man, because it's like you're the one putting the effort in. If she want to redo the whole plan, hey, you schedule a date maybe next week or a couple days on the line, or you allow her to come forward. Hey, I'm sorry I missed the date. You know, let's do this, let's do that. Let's go to this spot. You know, on me, I got you since I messed up the day and I couldn't make it on my end, right? You want to see effort from them. That's how you know she really rock with you when she likes you. Don't let these don't let some of these women be lazy daters, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't let them be lazy daters. Let them do some work too. Let them invest as well. You gonna invest? She needs to be reciprocating that investment. Period. Let's get to going, man.
Her appreciation, and then in return her praise. If it's not doing that, oh my gosh, like I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Can I say yes? Like, you know, you should still be grounded. You should still show up and be loving. Sure. But hey, like we are all like broken people here trying to have relationships with one another, right? We got to be a team.
Yeah.
We've got to have understanding that that man is not showing up for a reason. He is shut down for a reason. Like, how about we get curious about that? Right? I had to say that in session the other day. I was like, she wanted me to kind of break him out of his shell. He's very, very shut down. And I'm like, listen, I right now am curious as to why he's shut down, because I am not going to tell a grown man that he needs to open up, because that protection is serving him right now. And it's serving him for a very good reason.
Ooh.
Until I understand what that reason is, we're not moving. And yes, there's some history there, right? A lot of that could be historical. Sure. Still need to understand it. We still need to respect it.
Yes. And then my last two questions. Female.
You can tell he's enjoying this. He like, yeah. Like it's like fresh coffee in the morning. He just
Testing. What is the behavior? What does it look like? And why doesn't it work?
What is it? I mean, we all do it. You know, the best of us do it. He doesn't text back right away. Assume he doesn't love us enough. So then we withhold the text response, right? Simple like that, right? Where he was busy, right? He's not sitting over there being like, I'm going to teach her a lesson. He's just going about his day. But we're over here like, oh, he's not prioritizing me and my feelings when he's going about his day.
It's so funny that they think that when they do the same thing to you, but intentionally, right? A lot of times they say a lot of stuff women do when it's testing you and stuff like that. It's psychological and it's subconsciously. Like, bro, some of the stuff they do on purpose, bro. And don't let that stuff fool you, bro. Like, I know things could get, misconstrued in between the lines, bro. Listen, bro. Black and white is where I'm going, baby. I get it. There's some gray in there. When it comes to women, really a lot of stuff is gray. But for me, black and white. On my program or you're not on my program. Period. Pick a side, baby. Pick a side, baby boo.
Not okay with me. Therefore, I'm going to like weaponize this whole thing and now cross my arms, and I'm not going to respond right away. Right. And so we're sitting there when we're waiting for the text, testing. Does he love me enough to text me back right away? And if the answer is no, well, then I'm going to withhold.
I wonder sometimes, because I know that ladies are obviously doing it. I know they know that they're doing it. And I know why they think that they're doing it. But do they actually think about the fact that it doesn't work?
No.
Why? What the hell? Like,
well, this is why I think, I've seen some comments that, men being like, we are actually the more emotionally intelligent one, right? Women are just articulate. And because now you've asked me this twice, right? You're like, I get it. It's so clear. Why don't they get it? We're over here in our own like world. Like we don't get the same things that you see it. The number of men that, because I said subtle in one of my reels, it was like subtle, insidious behavior. And the number of comments from men being like, it ain't subtle. was like probably the top comment, like just
Mhm.
hundreds and hundreds. And I'm over here like, I said subtle because, in the case of a session, but I probably also meant it thinking like, I think it's subtle when I do it. Yeah,
Nah, that
exactly.
no, if
No,
you
you
did
guys
it,
know.
if you did it, you wanted him to notice, right? So you wouldn't have done something subtle enough for him to not see, to not be clear to justify why you then will have the reaction you do. I've always viewed it as an attempt to include him in a game of reading your mind, that he will never be able to win. He's never going to be like, he just has to guess
Yeah.
right. And sometimes he doesn't even, again, he doesn't even know that he's being tested. So it's just, it's why, like, I get the one extreme of ladies being like, I'm tired of saying the same thing. But then there's the other end of, well, now he needs to read my mind. And when he fails these tests, I'm justified to, I'm like,
Justified.
what does the middle area look like? And why are those the only two choices that we have?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And even on the other extreme where it's like, I constantly have to tell him this or always have to ask him or remind him of this or that. Sometimes I've asked the ladies, I'm like, do you think by you, if you didn't say anything, if you didn't bring it up, do you think it will never get addressed?
Mhm.
And sometimes they say yes and sometimes they say no. The times that they say yes, I'm like, do you really believe that? I said, let's test it out. Let's test it. Don't say nothing.
Mhm.
And 80% of the time, the thing that they felt they had to remind him of, it happened on his timetable, not
Yep.
hers.
Yep.
And he did it differently than how she would have done it. So him not doing it the when you wanted him to and the way in which you wanted him to do it is 80% of driving this conversation. So and now everything's a test, and I'm like, again, he's just going to see it different. He's
Yeah.
just going to see it different. I was thinking of a recent situation where I was coming in the house. My hands were full. There was big, heavy packages on the porch. And I stepped over the packages, got inside, start unloading, putting stuff away. And, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm going to go back out there at some point. It's still light in the day. I'm going to go out and eventually grab the packages from the porch. And, if my wife noticed it on the camera or walked up and saw these heavy packages and knew that I came in and stepped over them, but didn't know that I had stuff in my hands, that I had other stuff going on,
Mhm.
she could interpret that exactly what you said all throughout our session today. She could have interpreted that as he left it for me. He doesn't care. He's not helping me.
He's
Now
lazy.
she's walking in the house lazy. Now she's walking in the house with an attitude. And I'm getting hit by something. And I'm like, what the hell did I even do?
Yep.
And what you said from the beginning is like, we have to start to parse out legitimate feelings and emotions versus ones that's being informed more so by narratives that we've
Yep.
picked and decided. Oh,
Man, that was just a big difference of how men and women just process things mentally. You know what I'm saying? Everything is always from a different stance. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. It's what makes us different. And I think that's the reason why we're attracted to each other, because we we're opposites and opposites attract a lot of times. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate it. Keep it coming. Keep the sub count going, baby. And we're gonna keep the content going, man. Hype this video up, baby. Y'all have a blessed one.